All right, chaps. Real talk now. The more time that you spend with her, the more likely you are to catch feels. And if you spend long enough with her at the beginning of the relationship, it is almost inevitable that you are going to catch feelings, okay? And this is precisely why my friend Tom always used to say, don't stay over too many times. Don't spend too many nights of the week together if you're not looking to get into something serious with her, because there's two sides to this. There's the fact of her catching feelings for you, which will happen, but equally, and equally dangerous, there's also the possibility that you are going to catch feelings for her, which, listen, it's fine, absolutely fine. If you've met this girl and, you know, she's really your type and you're looking to be in a relationship, you're looking to meet somebody and go in that direction, that's absolutely fine. Switch off the video, no problem at all. But all I'm saying is you've got to be a little bit strategic about this, because if you're not really looking for that, you know, if you're like, this woman's attractive, I like spending time with her, you're not necessarily thinking longer term than that. In fact, if anything, initially perhaps you were thinking about something fairly casual, then you need to be wary, because what will often happen, right, is that a guy will meet a woman, they'll get on really well, there'll be that degree of chemistry there, they'll have that kind of good vibe between the two of them, and then slowly it goes from they spend one evening together and maybe she goes home at the end of the night, or he goes home or whatever, and then it becomes they spend a night together and then they stay over, and then it becomes 2 nights in the week, and then it becomes 3 nights in the week, and then suddenly they're going to the cinema together, they're watching Netflix, snuggled up on the sofa, and all of that good stuff. Again, all of that's fine, but it is almost inevitable as a process of the chemical interactions that occur between two human beings in close proximity like that you are going to end up catching feelings for her, and she's going to end up catching feelings for you. And before you know it, the steel trap will close behind you and you will be in a relationship. You will be her boyfriend. You will be the default boyfriend. You don't even need to sit down and have the conversation. You will become the default boyfriend, okay? So just be a little bit wary. Just be aware of this dynamic. Be aware that this is what happens. And be strategic, because it's very easy in the early part of a relationship when you first met somebody to just throw caution to the wind. Like, listen, I'm just going to spend all my time with her because the sex is great, I really like her, we get on very well, we've got a similar sense of humour, we're into similar things and blah, blah, blah. And it's quite nice, especially if you're somebody who's been single for a while or you've been out on the dating scene for a while, it's quite nice sometimes to just have a bit of a rest. You know, it's like, finally, this is like a bit of a safety haven. I could just chill with this girl for a bit. It's fine, and you can enjoy that, but be aware that once the feelings kick in, it becomes harder to then extricate yourself if that's what you want to do. You may be unable to extricate yourself or unable to extricate yourself easily, because once you are in a relationship, even if you haven't sat down and sort of discussed all the terms and conditions of that relationship, it's much more difficult to get out of than it is to get into, okay? So just be careful, or don't be careful, let's make it sound like it's a bad thing. Be vigilant at the beginning. Think about what you want, okay? Don't allow yourself to get sucked into something, into some kind of situation, in some sort of covert contract with somebody, some sort of like unspoken obligation with somebody that you don't necessarily want, all right? And as I say, this is not going to be coming from her necessarily. I mean, it might be, but equally it could be coming from you, because your feelings, suddenly you're going to be like, oh, damn, actually, I've got feelings for this woman. Actually, you know, I wanted to go and travel this summer. I wanted to go and have fun, but now I'm not sure if I should do that, because if I lose her, that's going to cause me pain. Suddenly you're stuck, okay? Suddenly your options have reduced down to, well, basically sitting and watching Netflix with her. Be vigilant, be aware that this happens, be aware of the dynamic. You can't get out of the chemistry, you can't get out of the chemical interaction that happens between two people, unless you happen to be a cold-hearted psychopath, and in which case, well, you know, fine. But most of us aren't, and most of us, even if we think, I'm going to keep strong this time, I'm not going to fall in love, I'm not going to fall into that sort of situationship with this woman. It's going to be fine. You know, it's easy to say this stuff, but then the emotions start to take over, okay? So just be conscious, be aware, be a little bit strategic, think about yourself, don't allow yourself to get pulled into something you don't necessarily want to be pulled into, and that's probably about it really for this one. Little short one today. If you are not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe, the link is below. Do get onto my free email list, again, email newsletter, again, the link is below. And if you haven't already, grab my collection of books about dating, the dating marketplace, my terrible failures and occasional successes in dating. Learn the lessons so that you don't have to go through the nonsense that I went through. The collection is called Renegade Dating Blueprint. Again, the link is below. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.